Alright, in this video, let's talk about Instagram stories and how to get more leads and grow your following on Instagram using IG stories. Well, before that, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Let's get started with the video. Now, as you know that stories are really popular, and today we have stories on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook personal profile, Facebook business page. So we have stories everywhere. And why do you think all the platforms have stories as an option? Because people love to watch stories, right? With stories, as marketers, we have the big advantage. It taps into FOMO. So what is FOMO? FOMO stands for fear of missing out. When you post something on your page or on your Instagram account, it's going to be there forever. It's on the internet forever unless you decide to delete it. But when you post something on the story, here's the big thing that happens: it disappears forever in 24 hours. So if somebody misses out on the story, hey, it's gone forever. They are never ever going to get to watch it again, right? And that's why the number of people watching stories is way higher compared to someone watching or consuming your post, because there's that feeling that, hey, I can always go back and consume your content on the profile, but I'm never going to go back and check the story again because that's going to disappear. So let me, even if I'm doing something important, go and check the story, because hey, if it's interesting, I don't want to miss out on the scoop. So this is the big thing about stories. There's FOMO. So here is how you could take advantage of stories and grow your following or get more leads. Number one, post at least 5 stories a day. Now that's the bare minimum. You want to post 5 stories a day. And here's the deal: when you post 5 stories a day, don't make the stories boring. Because if your stories start to get boring, then even if there's that element of FOMO, people may still not want to watch it because there's nothing for them to miss out on. Your stories are freaking boring, right? So you want to make sure that your stories are not boring. That's number one. They have to be entertaining, right? So when you're posting 5 times a day, make sure that you're not just telling people to buy your product or sign up for your services. It should be like, hey, click here to buy my product now. My product is so awesome. For example, if you're selling this bottle, then you can't just be like, hey, my water is amazing, this mineral water is the best, you should buy it now at 50% discount. You should drink this water and only this water and this water and buy this bottle. It just gets boring and nobody would want to watch your story. I'm sure after a point, even your family members, your mom, dad would stop consuming your story because you just come across as a sleazy sales douchebag, right? Which is something you don't want to ever have happen with your audience, and which is not the meaning you want your audience to attach to your stories. So make it entertaining. Talk about the creative ways of drinking water. Like, show people that, hey, you actually go and shower with this water. It's so freaking good for your hair. That becomes an interesting story that's entertaining. Or 5 different reasons of why people should drink mineral water and not the regular water. So your story should be around stuff that's entertaining with the use of your products and your services, or it should be informative and educative, that people may not have access to that kind of an information anywhere on the internet. That is what makes the story interesting. And to a point, you could also talk about behind the scenes stuff that you are doing in your day-to-day life. If your brand is built around you, then great. Talk about what are you doing today, where do you hang out, who are your friends, bring in your family member or two, bring in your friends too in your story. Take people behind the scenes so that they know you personally, and there's more likability and more connection with you, and which is automatically then transferred to your products and your services. So that's really important. And the third thing you should be doing when you post 5 stories a day, apart from making your content interesting, entertaining, educative, and behind the scene, is use of hashtags. Now this is the big one. Make sure you can use one hashtag with each story, so make sure to use a relevant hashtag with your story. For example, when I'm posting a story, I would normally use a hashtag like digital marketing, or if I'm traveling to different city for a digital marketing course, and if it's a smaller city, I would use the hashtag as Ahmedabad or Surat or Baroda. Not saying that these are small cities, but just giving you an example. And sometimes digital marketing Ahmedabad. So hashtags which are related to your industry, this would automatically bring you in the search results for those hashtags, and you could have more people interested in the topic come see your stories. And if your stories are interesting, engaging, informative, they would start following you. And of course, in your stories also given freebies or run a contest, or offer lead magnets by saying that, hey, I have a surprise gift for you, and to get the surprise gift, go to the following link, karandharamsi.com/free gift, and grab your free gift about digital marketing or weight loss or whatever products and services you have to offer, right? And probably use a bit.ly or some other kind of a trackable link, so that you know how many people are actually going and from your story and clicking and signing up for your free gift. So at this point, I sometimes post anywhere from 5 stories to 10 stories a day, and we typically have about 7 to 8 organic leads coming in from these stories alone. And of course, you want to make sure your bio has a link to some sort of a landing page where you can collect leads as well by offering something really interesting. But make sure this is how you could build a great community of dedicated and loyal followers and fans who would be looking forward to watching your stories day in and day out. And that's how you take the conversation ahead and turn these leads into customers by providing them constant value, great information, and of course entertaining them with your stories. So stories are a great way to engage with your audience, build take your message to a wider audience, and build that connection and build a tribe with people who like your work and who are from your industry. So here, I hope this video helps, and I hope you start posting more stories. But make it a point, anytime you sense that your content is getting boring, your stories are getting boring, and you would be the first person to feel that in your gut, stop posting stories for a day. Take a break. I often do that when I feel like, hey, I don't think I have anything interesting to say today. I have nothing valuable to add today to my audience. I just take a day off. There's no risk in taking a day off. The risk is in becoming boring. So anytime you feel like it's just getting too monotonous, or you don't have anything valuable to offer, you can't entertain the audience today, that's it. Pause for the day, take it off, go have fun, relax, and then come back with great, entertaining, and informative stories the next day. But make sure that you never ever start becoming boring. And if you become boring, don't drag boring stories for a really long time, because with that you will start losing your audience. And one easy way as digital marketers to track if your content is doing well, or if your stories are starting to get boring, is by tracking the number of views. So if your views are not constant, or if they are not increasing by at least about 5% each month, you have something to think about. And if your number of viewers of your stories are going down, then you have something to really think about. Your content is not really enticing, informative, or entertaining, and more probably you aren't really using the hashtags with the stories, and that's why you're missing out on reaching a wider and a newer audience. So make sure to also keep the analytics in mind, because eventually it's content marketing, and as digital marketers you want to make sure that you analyze everything that you do, right? Because if you're not tracking, you cannot improve what you don't track. So I hope this helps. Well, and if you want to follow me on Instagram and be updated with all the stories, I do a lot of content on Instagram stories. I post tips, I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff of how I run my business, of what digital marketing strategies I use. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. My link is in the description, and of course it's somewhere on the screen here. So follow me on Instagram, hook me up, drop me a DM. I look forward to connecting with you. And if you are on Instagram and if you post amazing stories, drop in your link in the comments, and I would love to check out the kind of stories that you post. Alright, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video.